Hi, everybody. I'm going to cover the 7 sets, okay? And basically, the 7 set is any particular set where you're going to see the number 7 appearing on primary faces. They will have a 7 axis as well, meaning that the 2 dice that are on the axis, or the 2 numbers that are on the axis, are going to equal 7. So 6 1 6 1. This could also be 5 2 5 2. This could also be 4 3 4 3. All right, you see what I'm talking about there. Why would we make a all 7 set, you might ask? Well, the reason being that there's so many different, well, there's always only 6 7s on a pair of dice when they're thrown in the result. But when you position them or preset them this way, the chances of a 7 ending up in the result goes up a little bit because of the way you've positioned the dice. Just like if you position a hardway set, the 7 popping up in the result is minimized if your mechanics are good and all that sort of thing. So, but here's the various 7 sets and why you would use them. Okay, well, not so much why you would use them, but how they would be used. Each person, I think, or when you're going through this process of learning about all this and incorporating it into your game, you discover things that maybe just work for you. They don't necessarily work for others, and that kind of thing. And that's part of the fun of it all. So to make a all 7 set from the hardware set, it's really pretty simple. You just take and double pitch one of the cubes, and there you go. It's all done. And that doesn't matter which way you started off, with a 5-2 axis or a 4-3 axis. Just a double pitch, and now you've got it, right? With this particular set, so it can also be effective if you're not even really trying to throw 7s. Let's say again, if you're getting one off axis the majority of the time, or a little bit better than 50%, which is a positive with this set, you're going to get numbers. You're going to get those 4s. For example, in this instance, well, let's make it more easy. Let's make it the okay. So in this instance, again, you're going to have the 1 or the 6 as the off-axis number, and the 1 or the 6 combined with any of those face numbers will not equal a 7. It will equal a different number. It will equal a box number or a crap number for that. See? But if you put, for example, the 5s and the 2s in the center now, what you've got with a 2 or a 5 off axis, you're going to start getting different combinations. You get your 11-3, and you get your 9-5. You get your 6-8, that sort of thing. Of course, a primary hit when you're doing an all 7 set is going to result in a 7, because that's you had those on the in the faces when you started. So again, a primary hit is one of the reasons why you would do this, because a primary hit is going to be very rare, even in just random primary hits. In other words, the same 2 dice faces in the result that started in the set when you picked it up is I'll say here hard to do, but really it's uncommon, right? As a result. So that's another reason why you would utilize an all seven set, is that you're not, if you're not getting primary hits, then this is a decent set. Also, single pitch is always going to be a positive, and a double pitch is going to now just bring you back to a hardway type configuration. Now, there's a couple of other, so that's the basic hardway oriented all seven set. There's also what I call, or what is called, I should say, a half seven set, which is where you do this. You've got just one seven, two sevens actually on the faces, but you've got hardway in the other spots, right? Or a pair of numbers in the other spots. That is, you create that by, there's a couple ways of doing it. You put two numbers together and have a hardway or a pair on top. You're always going to have two other sevens in place, and it doesn't matter what two numbers you put together in the center. There's always, if you have a pair on top and two numbers touching each other in the center, you're always going to have two sevens on the primary faces. This can be a useful set for a variety of reasons. Again, the single pitches are always a positive number, a non-seven number, and you only get two double pitches that create sevens. So that's, if you're worried about double pitches, but you're single pitching frequently, or the result is single pitching frequently, then that's a useful set. Let's see here. How long have we gone? 7 minutes. Okay, I like these particular videos to not go much longer than 7 minutes. So with that, I will say, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and remember, luck's got very little to do with it. Let's slide out.